Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. Today we have a very chill video. Today we're just going to be simming through someone's career. Mormon Mahomes, Zach Wilson himself will be in this video. He'll be used to kind of monitor where I think he'll be by the time that he's retired. Pretty much is how we're going to use Madden today. Uh, this team is not that great. It has seen some shambles. Mike White's here. I can't believe he's that low of an overall, honestly. He's very solid. But yeah, today I chose a very calm video due to a little strain in, like, it's under my left shoulder blade. I can't really tell you guys, like, I can't explain it. And it's whenever I, like, lean my neck forward, it hurts so bad. Don't get me wrong, I'm 16 years old. I should not be experiencing things like this, but I am. So you guys are gonna have to deal with kind of a lower energy video today, and it's just a career simulation of Zach Wilson. I mean, ratings, they're good. They're good. He's definitely got his potential. I'm excited to see where he can go. Maybe move teams, get into a better situation. He's got weapons on this team. The defense isn't all that bad. You got Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson can develop with Zach Wilson, Breece Hall, and Michael Carter are both very good running backs. And Michael Carter's kind of been disappointing, but we'll see what Mr. Zach Wilson can do here in his first half a season as the starter for the New York Jets and see how far he can get, what his record is, and what his numbers look like. So the Jets in real life are actually doing a lot better than this. They're 3-4 here at the mid-season mark. Nothing too unrealistic, though. I mean, that could have been, if someone told me that the Jets were 3-4 at the mid-season, I would not be surprised. Zach Wilson putting up okay numbers, almost 2-1. Not quite there to the interception to touchdown ratio. And Zach Wilson throwing for 1,600 yards. Definitely need more out of him. Breece Hall needs to be a little bit better for sure. Receiving wise, Elijah Moore, I'm guessing, is in the slot. Garrett Wilson isn't getting used that much at all. So, and defensively, let's see how much pressure we're getting on the quarterback. Carl Lawson, 4.53 for Quinnen Williams, who's been a stud, by the way, this year. Franklin Myers, in my opinion, is getting paid a lot of money, a little bit too much. And TFL's Carl Lawson doing his job there, too. So, yeah, we're seeing some good defense played, or good players on defense at least. And I guess we can go to the playoffs, see if they make it. The Jets finish 9-8, and they do not end up winning the enough games to get into the wild card. Zach Wilson had a bad season. Not even 4,000 yards on the season. Stinks. 26 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. Not a good season, but, I mean, we worked through those things. 3.5 per carry. Breece Hall needs to be a lot better. Michael Carter was okay. I mean, also needs to be a lot better, but he was okay. Corey Davis, the only receiver over 1,000 yards, and Elijah Moore was close. CJ Uzama, Braxton Berrios here. Garrett Wilson as well. So, not a good season. I'm not even going to bother looking at defense. I mean, we're going to look to see what Mr. Mormon Mahomes can do next season. And here's the team headed into year numero dos. Joshua Dobbs here. Sure. Zach Wilson, basically starting quarterback, is now up to a 75 overall, which is good. Still got Garrett Wilson. Braxton Berrios played a little bit more than Garrett Wilson for some reason last year. I cannot explain that. Defensively, Ashton Davis here. They drafted some safety. Quan Alexander, Bobby Okereke they brought in. There's an aging C.J. Mosley. Cleveland Farrell is here. DJ Reed, Sauce Gardner, and Bryce Hall. Also saw Michael Carter. I'm going to do them a favor and just move Sauce Gardner up, especially for this part of the year, I guess. And then I like what I see with the specialists. And we are 2-5 here in the second season at the mid-season mark. Not what you like to see. Zach Wilson throwing for, like, no numbers at all. 8 interceptions. He only gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out. He is not performing. Breece Hall's gone up in yards per carry. Zach Wilson even running the ball a little bit more than Michael Carter at this point. Corey Davis, halfway there. Garrett Wilson, doing well. CJ Uzama is okay as well. We also have a breakout wide receiver, and I see that Zach Wilson somehow has a chance to break out. I don't know how. Keep throwing it my way. I truly believe. Well, I don't know who that is. It's Garrett Wilson. Very unlikely, but if he goes up to superstar dev, I smell a stud incoming, but I doubt that he'll do that. But if we can see a superstar dev from Zach Wilson and put him in very good graces. Stellar game coming off of a stellar game, apparently. 350 scrimmage yards or 4 total touchdowns with Zach Wilson. That could be a challenge, but I guess we can go ahead and make sure that both those players are up on their upgrades, because who knows? It could have been Garrett Wilson or Zach Wilson. If they're not upgraded, they're not at their best. So we got to make sure to keep them at their best. We're going to go ahead and advance the week, 1 week, and see if these guys are superstars. View message. I didn't get it done today, coach. Um, I didn't expect Garrett Wilson to get it, but that also means that it's, I mean, not unlikely that this guy, but the chances definitely went down for superstar dev for whatever. He went out there, not too much. He made it known that he had a better day winning and did not meet his goal. Okay. So, no dev trait upgrade to either Zach Wilson or Garrett Wilson. It's fine. It's fine. I feel like it would have been very nice to get one of them at least, but we didn't get either. Did win the game though. Yeah, 14-7, and we finished 5-12. So not good at all. And we'll see what sort of numbers Zach Wilson put up. 4,200, 22 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. Was horrible. Brees Hall finally went over 1,000 yards, almost getting 1,200. Still needs to rush a little bit more per carry. Elijah Moore and Corey Davis both over 1,000. CJ Uzama got close, and Garrett Wilson was used more than ever. And defensively, let's see here. Bobby Okereke leads the team in tackles as expected, and then TFL's Tershawn Wharton was really good. Quinnen Williams, John Franklin Myers, and Carl Lawson were all stellar. But Quinnen Williams leading the team in sacks at 7.5 is not ideal. But I guess whatever works for the defense, right? And let's see if they even performed at the bottom there. And no. Defensive yards per game was the only good thing because we have some of the best corners, a.k.a. Sauce Gardner, in there as well. So I think we just go to next season and see what changes. And the team here in year 3, we get a stud right tackle, but we already had another left tackle. I don't know what the difference is here, but I guess whatever you can get, right? And then they drafted a quarterback. Might be Zach Wilson's time here soon. It might be his time to go. But Garrett Wilson up to an 80 overall. I want to see him play a little bit bigger of a role. Maybe Corey Davis leaves after this season. I'm not sure if his contract will be over, if they've already re-signed him. But that might happen. And then the safety finally takes over. Jordan Whitehead on the other side. Quan Alexander still here. Cleveland Farrell. And then these two in the middle. Did draft this guy and also have this guy. So stud linebacker room. And, I mean, sure, I'll move Jermaine Johnson up to a starting defensive tackle. He won't actually be starting, considering that he's not a rush D tackle. It's this guy. I don't know why, but we got a lot of rush ends, but not enough, guys in the middle. Whatever the team wants to do, I guess. But we'll see what the team can do this year. Starting off the first half of this season at 1-5 is not good. I'm gonna delegate decisions to staff, and we're gonna go ahead and look at the numbers. I don't expect anything good. And rightfully so. It's bad. It's really bad. Zach Wilson is on pace for 14 touchdowns in a season. Brees Hall needs to be the offense. He's rushing for nearly 5 per carry, which is solid. Garrett Wilson's finally seeing some attention. 2 receivers at 314 yards, and Corey Davis is kind of fallen off. So should be interesting to see what this team does in the last half. So we didn't finish the season all that hot. Neither did Zach Wilson. 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's a good start. Every 5 touchdowns, you're throwing 1 interception. That's fine. Need to get up on the yards, but Brees Hall had a monster season. That was really good from him. Garrett Wilson goes over 1,000 for the first time in his career. Bobby Okereke had a lot of tackles. TFL's Carl Lawson was up there. Kamani Alford actually found himself in the backfield quite a bit. John Franklin Myers and Quinnen Williams, both at the bottom right there of the good, if that makes sense. 12.5 sacks, 7.5, 7, 4.5, 3.5 for Jermaine Johnson. Perhaps he needs to play a little bit more, but good stuff all around from this defense, and, good to see them performing. Go on to next season, as they went on 6-11 this season, and I'm sure they can do better this season, or this upcoming season. But it depends, because I'm pretty sure that this is Zach Wilson's contract year, so we might actually not see him on the team. Zach Wilson is indeed still a New York Jet, which is cool. I mean, I guess. But I'm going to look at his contract right here, and yeah, he just did sign a massive deal. It's actually not a lot of money, all things considered. 4 years. He's got a total of 36 million. I mean, man, it's not a big deal at all for a guy like Zach Wilson. I thought he'd sign for close to 20, maybe 20, like 4 mil a year. But no, he's on a deal for only 13 mil a year, which isn't bad at all. Good deal for the Jets, but only if he can perform well. I'm going to go straight to the playoffs. I'm going to skip the whole midseason bull crap because who cares about that, right? So we'll go straight to the playoffs, see if we made it, look at numbers, blah, 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 blah. And probably do this for another, what? We're only 20 minutes in the recording, probably for the next hour and 45 minutes, if I had to guess. First year that Zach Wilson is signed back, the New York Jets end up going 4-13. Very depressing stuff, and I know I'm sitting kind of high right now, but this is one of the best seasons we've seen from Zach Wilson, all things considered. 4,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Really good. Brees Hall still rushing fine. You know, for almost 4 per carry is a little bit of a downfall. Corey Davis still here and producing. I mean, Jeremy Ruckert's, I'm guessing, in that tight end 1 spot now. And he's starting to perform, which is good. Garrett Wilson also here for 735 yards. Brees Hall out of the backfield at 270, so not bad. I'm not going to look at the defense either. I think that'll be like a once every other year sort of thing. Kind of catch up on what the playbook's looking like and go to next season. And this is what the team is looking like here, and I think year 5 or 6. I mean, depending on how old Zach Wilson is. Oh, okay. We're only on year 4 or 5. I think we're on year 5 or 4. I think. Oh my God. I think we're on year 4. All right. I think we're gonna set that straight. I think we're on 4 or 5, but I think we're on 4. Got a few guys here. A few auto-generated running backs. Offensive line's been solid for a while now. Jeremy Ruckert's no longer here. Garrett Wilson's moved into that wide receiver 2 spot. Corey Davis, I think, is regressing. Defensively, how does the team look? Great. Carl Lawson's up to superstar development. Winslow's up to superstar. Bobby Okereke is superstar. Sauce Gardner yet to be there. Bryce Hall here as well. DJ Reed. You also have D Mills over here. Yeah, you can definitely get better in some departments, but I like what the team's doing right now. And let's see how many games they win this season. Hold on. We did go 8-9. That is an increase from last season by far. And then we had a player that... Oh my God, Bobby Okereke had 22 tackles and an interception. Give him the gold medal. I don't care if we're not even in the Olympics. Give him the gold medal. He just beat everyone ever in everything. That's 22 tackles in one game in Madden. I don't think I've seen that at all. Zach Wilson, perhaps his best season. Almost 4,200 yards, 2-to-1 ratio, having 30 touchdowns. Isn't bad. Brees Hall having a very solid season, rushing for 4 per carry. Elijah Moore and Corey Davis both still find a way to go over 1,000. Garrett Wilson was very close. Shane Higgins here, not that great. And then defensively, what are we looking at here? Sacks-wise, Quinnen Williams leads the team. Carl Lawson not far behind. Pretty far gap between 1 and 2, but don't care too much. Carl Lawson, Cleveland Farrell, so in the order that the sacks go, same with TFLs. And then tackles, Bobby Okereke might see a superstar X Factor. 22 of those tackles coming in the last game is crazy. But other than that, we didn't make the playoffs, so, well, whatever. Zach Wilson up to a 78 overall, but he has some competition for sure. Brian Rivers, 22-year-old rookie, very solid. 93 throw power is crazy. 77 speed, 86 acceleration. Guy looks like a stud, I can't lie. Zach Wilson might have some QB competition here if he keeps developing. And they still have Croft here, who is a 72 overall star dev. Also looks fine. I mean, he looks a little bit better than most of the guys at 72 overall at quarterback. So very interesting to see what will happen here. They did draft a new wide receiver with a hidden development. Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore leading the receiving team now, or receiving room. And yeah, a lot of upgrades, depth traits right here. One is Quinnen Williams, and another is Bryce Hall. I don't know why I keep wanting to call him Brees Hall. And then Winslow. He can start at left outside for sure. And then this guy right here, Mobley, will start at the outside linebacker position. And yeah, I mean, you got two solid safeties, nothing crazy, but solid. And we'll see how the season goes. And 4-13, some better record. We've seen worse, I think. Or this we could be tied for the worst, or have literally the worst. Zach Wilson was awful. 31 touchdowns to only 9 interceptions, good, but throwing for damn near 3,900 yards is not going to get you anywhere. But Brees Hall, monster season, up to 1,300 yards, almost 1,330. And in the receiving room, nobody did squat. It's not good. Tackles, Bryce Hall led the team at corner, which is never good. Kyle Winslow, good there too. And then TFLs, we got Eric Armstead on the team, by the way. At 18, 17, and 14, and 12 here from Darnell Patton. And then Eric Armstead actually led the team in sacks as well. Carl Lawson, not too far behind, pretty low numbers. But, yeah, I mean, nothing else other than that. I mean, we gotta get back on top. Here we are, and this guy's almost caught up to Zach Wilson's overall. He's pretty much tapped out at a 78. Brees Hall is performing well, up to a 90 overall. Do have a brand new receiver that can help things out a lot for sure. And also have this guy who's developed well, who's 76 overall, but 78 with morale. Jeremy Ruckert's still here, I guess. And then other than that, nobody really here that overexcites anybody or anything. To download, yeah, no, they drafted a new safety. It is Fowler, D Mills still here. Team has definitely looked better, but it doesn't look bad right now. And if Zach Wilson can put together a solid season, if Brees Hall can rush for over 4 yards per carry, been a good place to make the playoffs. We did go 9-8, missed the wild card by just like a game or two. It's rough, but like I said, we might have a good chance if people did the right thing. And Zach Wilson threw for 37 touchdowns, which isn't bad at all, to only 8 interceptions. So he's really good in the touchdowns to interception ratio. And Brian Rivers even came in. I don't know how, but I mean, came in. Anywho, Zach Wilson not even throwing for 4,000 yards. And yeah, Brees Hall ran for over 4.5, or ran over 4 yards per carry, almost 1,400 yards. And then receiving wise, George Sharp, the rookie. Yeah, the rookie goes for 1,000 yards. Garrett Wilson not too far behind. Oh, what a season. So we are into yet another season. We'll look at the lineup here, and hopefully the guy has not... They brought in Justin Fields, Josh Jacobs here. Oh, it's a big offseason for the Jets. But one thing I do notice here, I don't see it Zach Wilson. I don't see him. And Sharp is a superstar. I'll help them out there, but we got to go find Zach Wilson. We got to figure out where he is. He's finally off this Jets team, and maybe he's somewhere where they need him a little bit more. Go ahead to the quarterback spot. Not here. Not here. Not here. Not there. Not there as well. Keep on looking around. Hopefully he's not sitting somewhere. Hate for that to happen. He is. He's going to sit behind Blake Foster. Why do they have all these? What in the world? Zach Wilson is 30 years old now, by the way, so he might be past his peak. But what? Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, and Peter Croft with Blake Foster. I'm so confused. I gotta fix this. All right, and we're gonna send Zach Wilson to the Bears for a 4th-round pick just for fun, and then go take over the Bears. And so here is this Bears team. They have 2 really good tight ends, by the way, if you guys didn't see that. Darnell Mooney, Darius Slayton. They have a superstar X Factor wide receiver that we're going to just hop up right away. I don't see why we wouldn't. Specialist, he'll be in the slot for sure. And then, yeah, we've got a lot of good pieces on this team. Be very interesting to see what we can do here. I don't know why there's a big loading emblem there, but let's see what we can do. So a 30-year-old Zach Wilson isn't exactly quite the stud that the Bears, want, but they definitely need him. They had a 72 overall, 29-year-old quarterback with normal development. You have Zach Wilson, who's 30 years old, 79 overall. I hit the mic, my bad. And, I mean, he's good. And, I mean, hopefully can lead this team to the promised land. You've got promising pieces, that superstar, X-Factor rookie, and or I guess young receiver, and also a tight end with superstar X Factor, Wan'Dale Robinson, Darius Slayton, Darnell Mooney, all of them. And we're going to see what we did here. I didn't even think to check whatever, but Zach Wilson, not good. He was mediocre at best. 16 interceptions, 21 touchdowns, not what I wanted. Not even 4,000 yards. Rushing wasn't great either. Receiving, Jalen Ramsey was there, did good. Chris Barnes is here. Emmanuel Whitfield, Greg Howard, a bunch of guys that are auto-generated. Raquan Smith is here. I'm guessing he's off one of the edges for some reason. I mean, he excels in that spot, but for some reason he's off one of the edges, which is ridiculous. But yeah, we looked for a lot more, but instead we went 7-10. Zach Wilson is still here as a Bear, and 79 overall still. I'm curious what his contract looks like though, because I'm not sure what he's on, what sort of contract he's on. So he's on his last year, and he's only getting paid $4 million. So I mean that's good. He might get re-signed if he plays well enough. And I did go ahead and put him in KC offensive playbook. You got one of the best offensive lines in football. LaVisca Chenault's here now as well. Also got Christmas, Jalen Ramsey, Breece Hall reunited with Zach Wilson. Do like to see that a lot. You got a superstar X Factor every here and there, and then also have a superstar Chris Barnes. Jaquan Brisker's here, and he's not playing. I don't know what's going on. I could make this team so much better than it is right now. But I guess we'll just leave it be. I don't know. We're going to be curious to see how we can do this season. Hopefully a lot better than the last. We went 7-10, but we're an 85 overall. We should not be performing like that. Well, let's see where Zach Wilson lands. If he re-signs, he re-signs, but I wouldn't guess for too long, so he might be on the move even if he does re-sign sooner than later. But he might have also just not re-signed, went to free agency, and picked up the best deal he could. So yeah, there is no Zach Wilson. Davis Mills is here, though. They are going to rely on this guy right here. Breece Hall finally goes up to Superstar X or Superstar Development, and they have all these good pieces still. Good for the Bears. They look good for the future and now. But what I think we got to do is find ourselves a Zach Wilson, and if he's starting somewhere, then we'll go follow him. But if he's a backup, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'll just leave him be, stop following his career. And, I mean, what is this quarterback room, by the way? Madden needs to fix some of these things. Like, what in the world? But Desmond Ridder here as well is pretty cool. I was thinking about doing one of him. Yeah, if you guys want to see me do any more of these, with anybody else, I don't care who it is, comment down below. And he will start. It will start over Dak Prescott as a cowgirl. A cowboy, yeah, cowgirl, too. I say it both ways, but sure, let's go follow him. And Big Mike McCarthy is still here, along with guys like CeeDee Lamb, I saw, and who else? I forgot who else was here. It looked like, okay, J.K. Dobbins is here, though. Dak Prescott's a superstar X Factor sitting. I don't know. Some of these guys look good. Some of these guys look bad. They have two superstar development linemen that are not being used. Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What is happening? I was not expecting this. Oh my God. Oh my dude, that is crazy. We're gonna see what sort of numbers Zach Wilson can put up with this team. And the Cowgirls went 7-10. Not good. Zach Wilson, not a bad season, all things considered, at however old he is, like 32. He's a bridge quarterback / mentor. I wouldn't quite put him at mentor when he's throwing 14 interceptions, but J.K. Dobbins was not that great. Receiving-wise, CeeDee Lamb leads the team, but defensively, I want to see these numbers. Yeah, defensive tackle, 16.5 sacks is crazy. 13 TFLs. Micah Parsons was good, but bad for his standards, if anything. Dexter Lawrence led the team in TFLs, so they're getting it done over here in Dallas with the defense. Yeah, defensive rush yards per game was number 8. Overall was number 16 in points per game. Yards per game could have used some work, but on to next season. So Zach Wilson is still a cowgirl, except he's sitting behind Brian Denman, a 25-year-old stud out of the good old Syracuse, New York area. Don't know if that's quite his hometown. I know I could have learned that or not, but is there really is that a tight end? There's literally a superstar fullback. I'm so confused. Ezra Cleveland is here. Zion Johnson still here. They've got quite the offensive line, but I think Zach Wilson will rest now. They have another. Oh my God, what is this? What is this team, dude? I can't even. Oh my God. Asante Samuel, Cosby, all of them. They're all superstar X Factors or superstars. You've got more superstar X Factors on this team, on this defense, than normal dev players. That is so crazy. Um, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start Zach Wilson, and we'll go one more year. It won't be a big deal. And they went 7-10 again. Just not their time, I guess. Patrick Mahomes still dominating the league, by the way. Zach Wilson, perhaps the best season of his career, comes when he is 33. 11 years into the league, he's had 11 years of experience. In year 12, he throws for 4,400 yards, 30 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Isn't great, but isn't bad. It's not the worst thing ever. And then receiving, 3 guys over 1,000 is really good. And then defensively, what are we looking at here? Not a lot, actually. Chauncey Ford, 14 Michael Parsons, 9 Damian James. Like, what is happening? Team fell off. Chauncey Ford was the stud, though. Dexter Lawrence was all right, too. Michael Parsons getting in the backfield. David Ajabo's here. So, that was it. That was Zach Wilson's career, basically. I mean, I guess we could see if he lands somewhere else, but it's very unlikely. I don't even know what sort of contract he's on right now, so I don't even know if it's a career or if it's a contract year or not. But did throw for his best season at 33 years old, so not bad. But what we're learning so far is the fact that we learn that Zach Wilson's mediocre at best in Madden. I'm not sure if that'll be the case in real life, though. Real life, he's looked good, but also looked horrible at some spots. His decision making isn't theirs to the point where the backup Mike White and Joe Flacco can both play at a much higher level than Zach Wilson can and give the team a much better chance at winning. So I'm very curious about that. But go ahead and look at the roster here and see if Zach Wilson is still here. And if he isn't, he is. We'll just let him sit. We'll let him be. I think that'll be the end here. Not much to really cap on. Ow. Yeah, I mean, basically all the things we just said. But for more players, if you guys want to see someone specific, comment down below. I've got a whole bunch of these videos I want to do. And they are fun and not as long as I thought. This recording's only been going for an hour. Thank God. I did the Sam Howell one for like 2.5 hours somehow. Kept on going and going and going. But we'll just leave Zach Wilson be. I think that's the best way to put it. My face cam here is bugging out. But that'll be it for me. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like. Helps out a lot. Make sure to subscribe as well. I think we'll aim for 300 by the end of the year. I think that we'll have a good chance of getting there. But, I mean, 80 in a month isn't easy. So we'll try to get there. Face cam's still bugging out. See you guys later.